have been well trained.
No.
in
You
my
don't have to
efforts.
carry a sword to be powerful.
I won't fail you.
Or do not.
I'm not afraid.
There is no try.
Hello, everybody. Finally starting up here. I got Ruben with me today.
What's up, peeps? How you guys doing?
So we have Nick playing eBala, Nightsister, Stormtrooper, versus Scott playing ePoe, eMaz. This is our number 1 seed versus our number 8 seed.
Right. This is exciting. Pomaz versus a 3-character deck is always going to be a fun day for Pomaz, I believe. So, in this matchup, who do you think is going to be favored?
It really depends on the rolls. It comes down to, can the Poe player get early thermals, U-wings, and planetaries out to put some pressure on Nick to kill one of his characters early.
Yeah, I think this is going to be this might be a quick game, but we'll see what happens. I'm really excited about this. Pomaz, everyone's talking so much about Pomaz, about being the errata and so forth. They got the fast hands errata, but now Rainbow Nines is making a big push now to be where it's at. So I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this game plays out.
Yep. So we see Nick won the opening roll here, went with his battlefield cargo hold, and Scott put some shields on Maz.
Yeah, Nick was on stream earlier in day 1, and he played really well. And right now, these guys, all I can tell you is if he has a really good opening hand with Scott with the Pomaz, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Because a lot of damage early is going to really mess that tech up.
Yeah.
Regardless if you're whatever you're with 9, so it's just.
Yeah, the one good thing is it's best of 3 format.
Yeah.
So it takes a little of the randomness out of it. And we see that they just handed the players' deck list. That's
Right.
one of the unique things about the top cut here.
Which I do
Both
like.
players know what's in the other's deck, so it takes a little bit of that element of surprise out of things. But you never know what's in your opponent's hand, so that still makes you wonder what's going on. So
Yeah, this is a really I think this is a really good matchup for these two, and I think these are the 2 best decks in the game right now.
yeah, that's kind of become apparent, especially if you look at the composition of the top 8. It's all Poe, all 9s.
Right.
So
Maz is doing her thing. She's she's looking good for her age. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, yeah. So see Scott leading off with the friends in low places. So trying to gut some of the removal, and Nick has his own friends in low places. So Scott misfired there a little bit, went to lead with friends in low places, and forgot that Nick actually got to go first. So everybody has friends.
Yeah,
There's so
right.
many friends.
So many friends today.
There's just friends everywhere. So both players now have complete hand knowledge, know what's gonna be going on. There's really not a reason for Nick to play that second friends in low places. He knows what Scott has, and he knows that is it worth playing a friends to remove a friends.
Yeah, keep it for the next round.
Yeah. So Nick rolling in with his Balatique, getting some modified damage and a shield.
There you go. Good start.
Yeah, the shields are always nice, especially with the Nightsister going
right.
on. Ooh, Scott rolling in high, getting a 3-for-1 range side on Poe there.
There you go.
And, again, he knows what's in Nick's hand, so
Right.
he's really not in a rush to resolve it. So,
Yeah, he's
do you
not
just
worried
keep
about
it
that,
and
yeah.
see what happens? Nightsister coming in, getting some
Ooh.
2 range
He's gonna go
damage.
damage on this.
Yep.
All right, here you go,
So,
Maz.
here comes the Maz. Some focus.
Double focus.
Man.
Well, we know he's not going to play anything too crazy because they
Yep.
saw each other's hands. So
Yeah. So the question is, do you resolve the 3-for-1 here? And if you do resolve the 3-for-1, do you also resolve the other Poe dice since you know what your opponent has?
right, I
going
think this
on?
is a max damage turn, as much as you can.
Yeah,
That's
if you can
one.
pump out 6 here, that's a good start.
Focus to another 3.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a good play right there. Get that maximize that damage. Trying to get that Balatik out so you can get those extra activations.
Yeah, Balatik getting to pump out damage a lot
crazy
is
though. Yeah.
So the one thing is we saw that Scott had the planetary uprising in his
Right.
name. By dealing the damage with Poe this way, it negates the ability to use that. So
this turn's going to be pretty quick for Scott, I believe. So,
but 6 damage over a planetary uprising, I'll take that.
Yeah, I agree. And he rolled the natural 3 for 1 too, so that was pretty good.
Yeah. And even if Nick potentially has a way to mess with that Poe dice with the Nightsister, which he's got still has a focus on Maz, so he's still going to be able to get into it.
Ooh, no upgrades for Nice. Ooh, and a blank. All right.
Yeah, we do know that Nick has that aftermath in hand, so he's probably going to get that down this turn, knowing that Bala is going to die. So at least get a little bit of benefit out of him.
Yeah, exactly, because they definitely need Balatik.
Yeah.
I tell you, you look at that deck like, who do I go after first? And a lot of people go after 9s, but then Balatik is probably the catalyst right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, rerolled Maz. Just trying to get some bonus damage, maybe.
Yeah. If you can get that extra 1, put Bala at 7.
Yeah,
that means that you can roll in first with Maz and potentially kill him.
Right.
So save Poe's dice for other stuff. So Nick's going to be able to put 4 damage at least into someone. The question is, does he put it into Poe, or does he take the shields off of Maz?
I think Poe. I think he should go after Poe. I mean, he's going to
discarding
reroll.
to
There you go.
reroll.
He already got some damage showing.
Gets another 1 and a resource. So potentially going up to 3 resources could be pretty big here.
Definitely.
Lets you play some of your bigger upgrades out.
Exactly. Pitch out for 9 to get him some extra damage in there.
Mm-hmm. So while Nick's going to be taking a lot to the face, he potentially has the chance to come back over the top with cards in his hand.
Right. I was actually kind of surprised he didn't use Nightsister's ability to have him reroll that 3 for 1.
Yeah. If Maz doesn't have the focus like now, I think you do it. Potentially save yourself the damage. Like the worst case is he rolls into it again. So he's taking
some
a
money.
resource.
He's got 3 right now. Okay.
Yep, and then Scott takes his resource, which puts him back into planetary.
Right. But then he can distribute that where he wants. So I think, I think going
So
after that
5
3
damage. So Poe just
took some.
goes from
right to the
full
face.
health to almost half. So
Yeah.
obviously,
it's gonna
you take out the threat first, and if you can get Poe out before cunning shenanigans and other stuff goes on,
sure.
you also have the potential of the cargo hold later
Right.
to move something that he puts onto.
Flamethrower for the special.
Yep, which
Takes a shield.
takes a shield.
All right. Well, puts him at 6.
So pretty good turn there for both players.
Yeah, I
They
would
were
say,
able
yeah.
to get some pretty hefty swings against each other.
I think though for that turn, I think Nick did really well. Balance that out with the Balatik. He knows more than likely that he's gonna fold on this round, but put 6 damage on Poe is gonna be a pretty good first round for him.
Yep, especially if you can take him out early in this round.
Oh wow! There you
So
go. Get
hits
that
a boundless, but
look at all those
that is
upgrades. Wow.
Yeah.
He's already got the flamethrower out there, so he's just gonna be pitching for days.
Yeah, the problem is Nick needs to get a few more resources to really benefit from it. So if he can get into some resources with Bala here, and
he's
get
got
a
resources
resource
in it?
and a, so putting Poe in range there, potentially getting him to 7, able to come
Strike
over
range.
with a rocket launcher from a scene there.
All right.
So this could be a pretty
be
heavy
crazy.
turn here. Nick has the potential for a lot of dice coming in and a lot of rerolls, and
he's got 3 resources, so Scott, he's got some options there.
yeah. The question is would Scott have been better off putting the 6 damage into FN instead of into Balatik?
Yeah, I just think that with I think Balatik is the guy who's got the focus, and he can definitely change all the dice for 9. So I just think that going after Balatik is a good play, or FN. So I just think it's just either way, if you can get rid of a character, like I think the damage spoke for itself. If he can almost possibly kill Balatik that round, that would have been a good play because he couldn't have, got almost killed FN. So he got a special and a resource side. So I think see based off what he got in his hand, he's probably gonna hopefully do some major damage. That's the plan anyway.
Yeah, if he has something like a thermal or U-wing that can spread enough damage out, that would be a huge swing right now because
that would just take Balatik out of the equation.
Yep. And start loading up on the other characters. It makes it so that Nightsister is at a disadvantage to hitting herself.
Ooh, got the focus. So I wonder what he's going to resolve here.
Yeah, I mean, I would almost think focusing into 2 damage on Poe. That way, you're not wasting damage.
Right. Sure.
And you're not having to pay for it. So it's like if you focus into the 2, kill Bala, and then you still have that Poe special sitting out there. And your opponent
leaving a Poe special out there for
he does know that his opponent has no way to interact with it outside of Nightsister.
Right.
So he knows that his dice are safe outside of the Nightsister ability, which means that
he's gonna be doing damage on the Nightsister anyway, so it's a win-win in a way.
Yeah.
So he's probably deciding what he wants to do here.
Mm-hmm. Because he has a few options. So looks like you're resolving Poe, and he's doing it for the discard.
Wow,
that's an interesting play right there.
3 cards.
I mean, that all the cards in your opponent's hand are upgrades, so just dumping his hand. That's actually a pretty good play right there.
Too, so.
Yep. So
he knows what his last card is. So
probably gonna focus into the damage there. Possibly. He still has some potential here to kill Bala while avoiding the amount of damage that Nick could have done. Like Nick had a ton of damage potential that Scott just took away from him that turn.
Okay, so you decide, should I not do the focus on there? Or just keep the resource, perhaps?
Yeah.
But the Nightsister will definitely take that if he puts it on a 2.
Yeah.
He'll take 1 damage for Nightsister to keep Balatik alive as much as he can.
And we know that Scott has control of the battlefield here, so most Pomaz decks run in stuff like defensive position, dug in, so
he's still got those 3 resources.
Yeah. So there's a lot of options that Scott has with what's available to him, so maybe keeping some of those dice in the pool, knowing that your opponent just has 1 upgrade in hand, isn't a bad choice.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
So he's going to go and focus it to a resource.
Another resource. So probably trying to ramp up into those resources. What would have been nice is if he had those 5 resources to start with when he threw the Falcon, get a Falcon out. That'd be pretty.
See a Falcon drop like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the stream kind of mentions that that discard there with the Falcon, that's damage prevention.
Yeah, because especially when he can't pitch those for 9's ability. Exactly. It's brilliant. We're thinking, oh damn, let's get somebody off, but at the same time,
no, it prevents potential damage.
Yeah, down the road.
All the
those
overriding
are some big beats. Those are some big beats, definitely.
Yeah, when you can hit rocket launchers, lightsabers, it's pretty hefty right there.
Yeah, that's one of the most underused and underappreciated abilities of the Falcon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most people probably would have thought, going in doing 4 damage. That's what most people would have done. But there's a reason that these guys made top 8. It's because they think outside the box and can do some random stuff that in the long run that puts Scott in a really good position.
Right. Since he already knows what's in the discard pile. So.
Yep.
Wow.
So now Nick has to kind of determine, is he gonna activate a character? How is he gonna play this out?
Ooh.
Oh, rolling hot with that Nightsister. Get that 2 damage again.
And right now, even FN hasn't even rolled yet. He could possibly take out Poe this turn, and then will that decision come back and haunt? We'll know. We'll see.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, it all comes down to what options does Scott have here?
Right.
Because he's facing 3 damage right now, putting Poe up to 9. And
he's got to control the battlefield. So.
Yeah, FN can easily do 3 damage here.
Yeah.
Potentially, even Scott has the option with that cargo hold to move that flamethrower off of FN onto Bala, so you're just going to get rid of it.
Okay, so he plays the DO.
Yep. Forces him to get rid of the Balatique dice, and then he takes a resource.
Okay.
So now Nick has a choice. Does he resolve that 2 damage? Does he let it sit? You know, it's interesting. Scott gained a resource there. So, you know, does that signal anything?
He has a plan for that one
Yep,
resource.
so he's pitching the 2 back it. And
Looks
I
like
believe that's a dug in for some
dug in,
shields.
yeah. There you go.
So,
Now he's got at least a little buffer.
yep. Putting Poe at effectively 7 remaining health since there's no vibro knife out.
Correct.
So making it even harder. So overwriting a flamethrower with a rocket launcher. You're gonna roll that
Try to
in.
get a 4 for 1 here.
Oh, gets a blank. That hurts.
Hurts the soul.
Yeah.
You know, with 2 blanks on that
Scott.
side.
Oh, and Scott discards into the 2 damage on
Oh,
Poe.
wow.
Yeah. So Nick.
Nightsister ability.
Oh, just into another blank. And there goes Balatique. Bala down.
Oh, down. Well, got his
Gains a resource for the aftermath.
Thanks for down,
trigger.
Balatique. Thanks for
Yeah.
paying my bills.
You done good. He did some damage and he died. So here comes
Nightsister.
another reroll and a 3 for
3
1.
for 1.
So
That's gonna help.
but the problem is that with the battlefield, you know,
Right.
he can just move that off of him potentially.
Oh, he took the resource. Man, he just cannot roll anything but blanks on that.
Yeah. He's probably gonna ping Nightsister because if you had the chance to kill Poe right here, you need to take it.
Right.
It's worth taking a couple damage on that Nightsister. Oh,
That is like 4 times.
just some
4
more
rolls.
damage. You gotta keep riding that train. You gotta kill Poe this turn, otherwise. Oh man.
Might flip the table.
Oh, come on, Nick, roll something. Roll something. Come on, dude. There we go. There's a 3 for 1. So kills Poe,
Poe's
gains the
down.
resource that he had to spend on that right back. So this is going to be a interesting finish here because you know he had to deal a lot of damage to that Nightsister.
Right.
You know, you still got a full health Maz with a blaster who's no slouch because you know with her focus size it's potentially 3 damage every time she rolls in.
True, but I think that the Nightsister with the FN packs a little bit more punch.
I think
That's
so
the
too,
thing.
especially you know with how many resources Nick's sitting on right now. I think he's on 5 now.
Yeah.
And Corey,
So-
here's why, because they're in
Here you go
my
with Maz.
blind card deck.
Got 1 focus.
Yeah, got the focus and the resources, so you know potential focus into 3 damage, kill the Nightsister, take out his reroll potential, or do you start chipping in on FN here, knowing that you know the Nightsister. Yep, so he
Yeah.
takes out the Nightsister.
Takes the option away from the rerolls of the dice for. Ooh, look at all this money he's getting. He's gonna go get some lunch with this money over here. So now he just got 1 die left now for Scott. So
Tim was looking for
he's got to do what 9 damage to take out Maz now. Scott still got those 2 resources. So might see some
Also, I think that
shenanigans.
might not be cargo hold. I think that might be secret facility.
Okay.
It's hard to tell right now. Got the resources on top of it.
If that was
Yeah.
cargo, definitely would have. I would
Yeah.
wonder why he wouldn't have claimed and
Yeah,
done that.
I think that one we might have gotten wrong there.
Yeah.
Just off the screen with a bunch of resources on it. Because yeah, if it was a cargo hold,
Yeah.
you know, that could have saved some damage. So
Okay, so he rolled out and he left it in there. He
yeah,
didn't want to resolve it.
could potentially maybe have a logistics, something that he wants to. Nope, discards to reroll and rolls into the special.
Okay.
So 2 unpreventable
damage,
damage gets around that shield there.
Just want to see what that special did. Just be on the safe side. Electroshock it. Start over.
Yeah, start over. That's the one bad thing, you know. It just
I know, you
it
just
just
have to
goes
say it
back.
again,
So you're
right.
basically you're having to mitigate Nick's dice twice with how FN works here.
All right. Let's go roll out. See what we got here.
Got rolled
3
into
damage?
3 damage and another blank on that rocket launcher.
I think that die. Only
I'd
has
throw
blanks
that
on
die
it.
away.
That die is
Just
never
go get a
coming
new
back.
dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See if someone can bring him a new die. Wow. I think it's only what, one? You just rolled 1 3 for 1 earlier? And
I believe
the rest of
so.
Like 5 6 blank?
I think when he initially put it in, he rolled a 3 for 1 on it, and then he rolled a couple blanks there. So I think you just go and melt that die down afterwards. Yeah.
That die is going to be some nice change later. Wow.
So Scott,
He's got 2 resources.
he's got resources, so he has dice control potentially here. The question is, does he have enough to stay in this game? Ooh, discard for another. So there's there's a defensive position. Save yourself 5 damage here. If you're Nick, do you claim? Do you get out ahead of Poe or not Poe Maz?
Right.
I guess it really depends on what you have in your
1
hand.
damage. I mean, that's 1 damage is at the end of this. Like, okay, it's great.
Because if with the secret facility, you're still going to get to resolve it. So you'll take the shield off, but it also shuts off, defensive position, plugins, and it gets you ahead 1 action.
She's definitely squishy.
Yeah.
What's the play? What's the play?
Yep. That's the question. That is the question.
So right now, Maz is going to have to put some weapons to keep her alive because she needs more than just that deal.
Yeah, if you can get another deal on her, or if you're running rocket launchers, Maz can start one-shotting dudes.
Right.
If you can roll well with her by resolving 2 dice at a time.
Right. He already has 1 resource right now before the next round starts. So.
Yep.
Yep. Not only that, but they still got to play another game after this, so it's just
potentially another 2. So we see Nick using boundless ambitions here.
Ooh.
So drawn back into a full hand.
He's going to try to maximize some damage here, hopefully.
Yep. Can he start overwriting? Ooh, Scott with an overwrite of a bowcaster. Going for some max damage here. Getting that 4 for 1 side into a focus. Could be pretty hot. But the problem is he loses all his resources.
Right.
So basically whatever Nick can do for the end of this round, Scott doesn't have a lot of interaction.
Correct. Wonder if he's going to start pitching some cards to get some more damage in there. Yep,
so
looks like
overwriting
the IQA.
IQ for a flamethrower.
and
a 4 for 1. So
wow.
Just take that shield, put Maz down to 5 health remaining.
Oh my goodness. That was a vicious hit.
Yeah.
And he still got 1 damage showing.
Overwrites the flamethrower with a rifle.
Hopefully get like a modifier.
Yeah, you get that modifier. Just, basically put the game away. So I think
you got 2 extra damage there.
Yeah. Ouch. I think you just deal the damage going to the next turn, knowing that all you have to do is 2 more damage here. You potentially overwrite something else again after you resolve these.
2 damage there. Puts her at 5. Oof.
Yep.
That's
so you need to do 3 damage. So overwriting the FD with a holdout blaster. Man.
FN's just
FN,
rude.
yeah.
Just rude.
Rolls in. Another damage.
Making up for all those
blanks.
Blanks that you got.
Yeah.
Ambush action. Has he got any more? Oh.
So end around, Maz took it to the teeth right
limping.
there.
She is limping into this.
Yeah. Even rolling in with Maz, you put 4 damage on FN. FN just doesn't care.
Brushes it off like, okay, what else you got?
So it really comes down to, does Scott have a way to continually control these FN dice this round? And I don't think there's a way to control enough dice this round to keep Maz alive.
Well, I did a field medic.
You got a field medic on her. So that's a start. I shouldn't hold out with a holdout.
Damage. Coming the way.
Yep. So he rolls in the holdout, gets a 2 for 1.
Boss, man.
So much for that field medic right there.
Well, you had to use it.
And overwrites with the vibro-knucklers. So
damage? I'm going to say damage. I'm going to say discard.
Yeah.
I'm going to do discard.
Say discard. Resources. Nope, the discard.
Boom.
So still has another ambush action here. So overwrite it again, or nope, resolve the
discard. Yeah. Get that. Might as well maximize it. He needs to remove that That holdout blaster too, though. Hopefully,
Gets rid of some dice mitigation there. So, yep. So, overwrites again, puts out a baton, and that's game one, everybody.
Wow, that was pretty quick.
So, gonna reset, play another one, see how that one goes.
Wow. It was crazy because
that shows the power of nines right there.
Yeah, like Scott looked like he was in control, and all of a sudden it just swung.
Yeah, just
one roll, couple rolls of the dice, and it was it.
Yep, all those upgrades. You know, even when Nick had to, ping that Nightsister a couple times. So going to this next one, you know, gonna reroll, choose different battlefields, maybe.
Okay, I was just also notified that the bracket for this has been put up on Facebook as well.
Okay,
so everyone
cool.
knows exactly who's playing what and how the results are going to be as well. So that's pretty good. So, wow,
that was intense.
Man, I'll tell you what, that Rainbow Nines deck.
Yeah, the question is, you know, that everybody's been asking is nines too powerful?
I don't think so. I think that, you know, there's just the combination of the cards itself makes it really good, but also at the end of the day, he was rolling, you know, Nick was rolling really poorly with his rocket launcher, but then all of a sudden he started hitting. But it's just the dice roll, you know?
It was, but at the same time, if potentially in the future you limit nines to once per turn, does it kill that deck though?
It will. I think it will.
Yep.
And do we really want to, you know, does the game really want to like eliminate a card just because it's changing some of the work? Like even though the errata with fast hands, it didn't kill the deck. The deck is still really good.
Yep.
It
changed how people played it.
Not as fast as it once was, but it's still a great deck. You just have two slots available for something else.
Yeah, and that's the problem with nines is any change you make to them basically just shuts the deck down.
Right.
So, you know, it may be something that's needed, but I think Empire at War might swing things around and change how decks work. So, yes, while the nines era of Gen Con, Nova, and some other stuff has been somewhat oppressive with him, it may just completely swap over in Empire.
Yeah, because I think that there's so many. I mean, just imagine a mill deck versus nines. It'll just if you get rid of all of their cards.
Which you saw the potential of Scott doing that with that Falcon. He saved himself that turn. You know, unfortunately, he wasn't able to necessarily capitalize too much on that, but the potential is there for if you get everything gone, you know, it neuters nines.
Exactly.
Yep.
So this one could be, you know, these are haymaker decks right here. You know, they can swing hard and pack a lot of damage. So we'll see what Scott can do for a counter against the last. Oh, he did another friends in no places. Well, we've seen this play before.
What? This is familiar, I think. So Nick's putting his shields out first before the friends in low places goes off. Interesting, not putting one on the Nightsister. So, do you take the resource ramp or do you take the dice removal?
I would say the dice removal.
See, I say resource ramp because there's very few interactions with those dice removal because of what it is right now.
Right, but also too, actually, that would probably be the right play because he does have
everything
costs 3 drops. So that might be the right play. I think
if you take the resource, we see Scott hitting that logistics. So now Nick is going to be forced to roll in the actual resource if he wants to get FN online this turn.
Right.
So here comes Bala and gets the resource.
Well, wonder what he'll do with this play.
The question is for Scott here: do you get rid of that resource? You know, he has the focus, so if he rolls in with another character, he could focus into a resource, but you're slowing yourself down so much when you're having to spend dice just to get a resource to start doing your abilities.
Right. Blank and a 2. Well, that's why you got Maz to fix that blank.
Yeah, that 2's good. I'll take that 2 any day.
So what do you think? Scott's going to focus on this round. You think he's going to go after Balatika again, and maybe go after 9s?
I don't know. It really depends on what's in his hand. If he has a hand of, say, like thermals, it doesn't matter. You just go after the board. If you have stuff like Falcons and the rocket launchers, I think you go after 9s because
right,
if you can,
it's more of a punch, right?
Yeah. It's like, and man, that
She rolls
Nightsister
really well.
I think the Nightsister die is the MVP. It's the only thing that can roll damage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
he's already showing potential right now. He hasn't even rolled out 9s yet, so he's got a focus die out there with Balatique, so a lot of things could change.
Yeah.
Were they regular or all?
So we got the focus on Maz. So the other option is, does if Scott has that Falcon in hand, does he do another discard, knowing that he's going to hit all upgrades?
True. Looks like he's going to do it. It's a good feeling if FN can't put any upgrades on him in one turn.
Like, he keeps one card. So, again, we see
he's got 2 upgrades, yeah.
Theoretically unorthodox play of Falcon for discard, but
this is a good matchup for
major benefits for Scott here because now Nick can play 1 upgrade. And that's basically his turn. Yep. So, not pumping out damage here, but he's doing
a little bit of mitigating of the damage.
Yeah, he's playing a long game, which is what you need to do against this 9s deck. If you're not getting thermals early, if you're not getting Ewings early, you need to play with the outlook of, okay, what am I going to do 3 turns from now, 2 turns from now?
Right.
Yep.
Playing the long con.
Yep. Play the long con. Oh.
I got the extra resource, so he's got 3 now.
Yep, so he's going to be able to play that last card in his hand, and Scott knows that it's a riot baton because he had the hand knowledge early. So, that redeploy is going to be nice. We see Scott throwing out a dug in, so getting some shields.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Pretty good start.
Here comes that riot baton. Going to get to roll in, and
he's got no cards left in his hand.
No,
but he's got Nightsister.
Yeah, got that Nightsister, and hits a 2, so... You're going to get to remove those shields, so I think you take the shields off of Maz. You already kind of started her as your target. So, there's another field medic from Scott.
Wow.
So
reset the game.
Yep.
And 2 shields.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
he's still showing that 2 damage on Poe, so he's going to get to kind of figure out where that's going to go. So 9's coming in. Have that reroll from the baton if he wants to, but potentially getting the money, not a bad setup for next turn.
Especially if you need some.
Yeah. So he chose to do the reroll and rolls it into the blank.
Well, that's why you got Nightsister.
Yep. So Scott claims and throws a U-wing to do 2 damage to everyone. So obviously, getting 6 damage is better than the 2 from the actual range.
Right. Put some damage on Maz.
Yep. Then rerolls into a 2 damage and then takes the shield on Balatit. So, if Scott wants to try and focus down 9s now, he has that redeploy. So it makes it suboptimal to want to do that.
I mean, he did get, spread some damage there. He really wants that thermal detonator. He wants that thermal detonator.
Yeah.
It's like he didn't see one in game 1.
He didn't.
So, man.
He did. You got to do a Ewing.
He did.
This game, but those thermals are what really swing things against the 9s decks. Is if you can get 9 damage. Man, I think there's something with 9s in this game.
Exactly.
They just like the number 9. Everybody has it.
Paying 2 resources. Wonder who's going to drop down now.
So we have our first winner in the top 8 here. Matthew, the number 6 seed, defeats Demetrius, number 3 seed. So that game wasn't on the stream, but we got some results coming in. So quick match there.
Wow, that was quick.
Yep. So for those that don't know, Demetrius was running Pomaz and Matt was running eBala FN Nightsister. So we have our first Rainbow 9s win.
Top 4, there you go. So she rolled out, no focus sides on her. Just a ranged and a resource. He's probably hoping for something better than that.
Yeah. Probably. I mean, they're good, but they're not that good.
I mean, you can get 2 resources or get rid of one of his resources.
It also depends on, Scott is playing the long game here, so does he want to try and load up some actual upgrades on his characters so that, if one of them goes down, they still have a lot of potential out there.
Exactly. Look at that. He's got 9s, and Nightsister hasn't even activated yet, so he's just going to play his full turn now, waiting for that.
Takes both the resources here. So Scott's sitting on, I believe, 2 resources. His are a little off the screen. And Nick electroshocks that Poe dice.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what's on it. Just get rid of it.
Yeah, especially with the battlefield being throne room. You don't want to have Scott just claim and thermal you in the face.
Yeah. That's never a good day.
Nope. So here comes the Nightsister coming in.
Oh, a brick? She rolled a brick this time?
What's up with her?
I know, right?
Rolling high, and then all of a sudden it's like, nah, let's do some blanks.
Let's keep this little balance right up. Swing things a little bit.
Yeah, silly dice games. Evening out in the long run.
Pitching a card to reroll.
Yep. What's he going to get? Get some damage? He gets a focus resource. Good. That's a decent roll there, especially with 9s not having activated yet.
Oh, Loath Cat Mouse.
So
got rid of that die to get rid of the.
Yeah, probably wants to keep that damage on.
You got rid
Poe
of the,
or on Maz here. If you can take Maz out this turn.
Ooh, the focus side. Get rid of the resource, I believe.
Yep. So you got 1 for the Nightsister, puts Maz down to 5 remaining health. That's a doable amount of damage with a focus out.
And 9s hasn't even rolled yet, so you can definitely take her out this turn.
Yeah. Yeah, the question is do you want to try overwriting anything with that baton, or do you not care? Huh? Looks like he's overwriting the baton with a Vibro Knuckler. Rolls in, gets a damage. Has the option to increase it here if he desires. But I think you just do it for the 1. I don't think you need to get greedy yet.
Oh, he has ambush action. He dropped his bow before it was over.
Yeah.
So there's just some card information there. Lightsaber.
Yep. Getting that out. Potentially 3 for 1 here.
Well, not only that. Oh, he's got the special too.
Wow, so putting 2 more on Maz.
He hasn't even rolled them out yet. That's just a crazy thing.
Scott plays a bowcaster on Maz. You're going to get to redeploy. Just making it so that your opponent's like, "Aw, really? Did you have to do that? I could have just killed Maz and not mattered."
He just been rolling damage like a champ.
Yeah. So Maz is out, but getting that bowcaster out, that's a good potential.
Nick's characters right now.
So we got another result from the top 8. Isaac, the 12-year-old phenom, lost to John, unfortunately. So the 5 seed beats the 4 seed. So for those of you that didn't see any of the coverage yesterday, Isaac was running ePoe, Elite Ray, and was tearing through the field, doing really, really well. And yeah, I think he was on 6 wins yesterday.
Yeah, 6-2. Yeah.
Then John is running. Oh, what? This is a surprise! eBala FN Nightsister. Wow, who would have thought?
Yeah.
So we have 2 Rainbow 9s decks moving on to the top 4. Potentially, if Nick can squeeze out this win, another one.
Right. And he's got a really good, healthy squad over there on his side, too. I mean, they haven't really taken much damage, and right now, he's the aggressor. And
he has.
He's also got, Scott has, 3 damage on Poe right now?
Yep.
So, this is going to be an uphill climb right now.
Yep, so in comes Poe. Gets a 4 for 1, so that's going to be... It's going to be some damage on somebody for sure right there. And a resource. So Scott needs to really be able to take out a character this turn.
He needs to do something. He needs a moral victory right now.
Yeah. The problem is your options for killing a character are Balatik or 9 or Nightsister right now.
He just rolled out.
It doesn't get rid of the threat.
So I would just you could just possibly just use Nightsister to flip that die.
Yep. So we see
looking at his hand.
Friends in low places. So now Nick knows that Scott has no removal other than that DL44, which if he wants to play DL44, he's going to have to overwrite that bowcaster.
Right.
So, probably a beneficial play to remove a dice at some point, but it forces Scott to resolve this 4-for-1 now.
Yeah, and that's also a great play. Even if he didn't have any targets to get rid of, he knows what he has in his hand,
Yep.
like you're saying.
So Nick knows that whatever he rolls in is pretty much going to stay until that DL44 comes out. And once it comes out, then he has nothing to worry about.
Right.
So, we know that Scott still could claim here, do some other tricks with what's in his hand, do some damage. So, ends up doing 4 to 9s here. I believe Scott had a rocket launcher in hand, so he has the ability to do a lot of damage here.
Yeah, you could put a hurting on
Yep,
9s.
he could potentially take out 9s, which is what he needs to do. If he can kill 9s here.
If he can kill 9s here, this will be really
Yep.
good for him.
Yeah, the only downside is it means that Riot Baton is going to move to someone else.
Right.
So
And with Volatique with the focus sides,
Yep. So pitching for a reroll.
Got
get
2.
2
Is that
damage.
1 damage? 2.
Yep, 2 damage. So going to be able to put FN at 7 damage on him,
And
which
then
means that he'll be
rocket
in
launcher.
range of a rocket launcher.
He's got the 1 resource. So.
Yep. So
he might have a good idea that he might be losing 9s this turn.
yeah. So get the most that you can out of him, I think. Here comes a Volatique in. Getting some damage.
Wow, look at you go, Bala.
See, I don't know if I roll in Bala there. I guess it.
If he activates 9s, he knows he's gonna have a wasted action.
Yeah, the
because he's
problem
gonna-
is if he
mean the
kills
redeploy.
9s, the redeploy goes off, and now you're wasting those dice too.
Yeah, true.
So, do you play around the rocket launcher there by activating 9s instead of activating Volatility?
You're probably right, because if he would have passed,
Yeah.
he would have claimed. He would have
Yeah.
killed him anyway. And
Yep. So now you lose out on those dice coming in this turn. So Scott getting a little bit of an advantage from that. He has enough damage on the other 2 that he has the potential moving forward to take them out quicker.
Right. He just drops
Yeah,
him
the
off the
aftermath
map.
coming out after a character dies always hurts. So 2 damage going into Poe here, put him at 5. And with Scott being able to keep the battlefield, it keeps defensive position dug in,
Yeah.
all of his battlefield dependent cards online. So if he can roll in here, take out that Nightsister, I think is who you go for first here.
It depends on what he's got in his hand too, though, because if he can do some massive damage and
Thermals?
yeah,
Ewings? Yeah. So in comes Poe. Wow.
Wow, get there.
Wow.
That's a pretty good roll.
That's some dead characters.
Well,
that is a
Nightsister's gonna
dead
do some work right
Nightsister
here.
and some damage on Bala, potentially dead Bala.
Nightsister's gonna have to do something.
Yeah. Nick, even if Nick is able to mitigate one of these dice, he still has a dead Nightsister. That's the worst case for Scott here is, mitigate one and kill a character.
Right.
I think he really wants to be able to resolve all of these to put him ahead.
That would be the ideal situation here. So we'll see what Nick's gonna play. He's going.
So
to-
he's
Oh,
damaging in order to
Enrage, get up.
gain a resource. No, not doing that. Tough choices.
wow. This is the part of the game where one misplay could lose you the game too.
Yeah, because the potential was to just take out Poe at the end of the last round.
Right.
Yep.
We need that one of those chess timers. You're like, oh, this is the grueling part of it.
Yep. Just play some Jeopardy music in the background. Do, 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 do. But it's tough. It's like you have a lot of options here. Your other option is potentially to damage the Nightsister to re-roll one of those, but you're still losing.
You're going to lose
But
if he wants Nightsister to die, then that's basically telling what damage is going to go.
Yeah.
So that might be part of the play
it's
too.
like playing that in rage, not a bad play there because you're gaining value out of the Nightsister.
Right. The decisions we must make. Why can't it be like Coke or Pepsi? No, it's got to be.
Well, because we all know that the real answer to Coke or Pepsi is neither.
Okay.
It's Fanta. No, it's not Fanta. It's RC Cola.
He did the holdout blaster.
Yep.
Double next action is just to roll it out.
Got some damage here, but the problem's gonna be defensive. Removes all of the damage potential there. So now it's
and he still got the dice out there.
Yeah,
too.
it's really putting Nick in a bad position here because now that he's activated, Scott basically gets to choose which character he wants to kill and knows that none of those redeploy weapons are going to matter.
Right. So, probably discussing exactly about the aftermath, the trigger, if you got the resource or not.
Yep.
Well, there's like a lot of resources up there.
There are. Nick can afford anything.
Yeah.
Problem is can he afford it when all his characters are dead?
Right, he's going to go to a 2-player starter kit.
Yeah.
He's not played.
Yep.
Damage. Nightsister down.
Yep. So the question still is, depending on what Nick has, does he claim to try and get out ahead and to shut off battlefield dependent cards here? How badly does he need the resources?
I agree. And right now he's got 1 damage and 1 shield, and Balatique is squishy too.
Yep.
But Balatique's got some weapons.
So Friends in Low Places comes out.
Ooh.
Sees that he has defensive and dug in. Yep.
Dug in would be really good here too.
Both of them, depending on which one he takes. Scott probably just claims here.
Yeah, he takes the dug in.
And tries to play around the defensive position next turn. So we see him overwriting.
He's going to remove a die and probably claim.
Yep, and then with his ambush, claim. Discard for a reroll. So going to be able to focus into A damage. So discards to reroll again. Gets the focus side. Discard, or actually no, plays the Boundless. Draw back up. See what you have. See what your options are going to be for next turn. What all is he going to be able to get out there? So he pitches a Aftermath, which isn't going to do him much good now.
Because if he dies, he loses, right? Oh,
ooh.
There you go. Got it.
Gets 3 damage into him.
Oh.
So
8.
This is going to...
45 minutes left in the round.
It's 45 minutes left in the round. I think this might go. If Scott can hold on here, it will probably be
probably going to see a game 3 here. Just because Scott has the ability to roll in first. So it puts all the impetus there on Nick to deal with the dice that are out. And potential for lethal damage in a single roll as Scott showed with his last roll.
And he could also, get the damage out and then claim to also do that other damage too if need be to finish it off. So possibilities here.
So both players drawn back up. Scott has the option of what he's going to do here. Looks like he's playing a hit and run.
Ooh,
so
that'd be a good play.
Special and some lengthies.
Wow.
So what does he have anything that he can throw with that special is the question. Field medics with his ambush action.
Oh, wow.
So
well, might give
could
some
be a
information.
sign that
Yeah.
don't have anything to throw, or that you're not worried about mitigation from your dice.
Yeah, it could be.
Rolls in for some damage. We know that.
And the focus side too.
Yeah, we know that Scott
Focus
has that.
sides? Oh.
Yeah, we know Scott has that defensive position. So
Yeah.
Nick still has to be able to play around that some, knowing that if he focuses, he needs to focus into single damage sides,
Right.
because the 2 damage sides are just going to get.
Or just use one of the focus and let him use that.
And the problem is Scott kind of has to play. He plays the Loth Cat here. I think you just remove one of the focus sides. Or no, I forgot. Each player, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
I always forget that one. That it's each player picking differently.
Well, he got rid of the special, which is, in his opinion, he's like, okay, well, if he doesn't have anything in his hands, so.
I think instead of taking that special, I think you take out the DL44 dice.
Yeah, because it does have some damage.
It has
3 and 3
higher damage potential.
Yeah.
So he's going to focus that into a 1, which means that, if Scott plays that defensive position, he's saving himself 2 damage there, but he's also wasting it on an early ability. And since Nick knows that he has that defensive position, someone in the chat mentioned, rerolling the baton. I think not rerolling it while it has a single resource showing is good, because if it had rolled into a 2 damage side, it just gets removed.
Right. So right now he has to make a play. Do I lose 3? I'll put myself at 9.
Or do I hold on
to it to see if he does?
Yeah, if he's able to reroll into better stuff.
Yeah.
I think you play for now. You don't play for what's...
Because it might not be later.
There may not be a time to play it later. You take the 1 damage, you let Nick reroll that baton, and hope that he does something with it. And I believe, I don't know for sure, I think that's all of the defensive positions and dug-ins.
Yep.
So
both of them are used.
I don't know what's exactly in Scott's discard pile, but he seems like he might be starting to run short on dice removal, whereas we really haven't seen anything from Nick.
Yeah.
He hasn't really been able to negate any dice.
And I think earlier he might have used an electroshock, but now if he draws another one out, then he's not going to be able to use it, so it's not a dead card.
So discarding to reroll the Riot Baton and gets a 2 damage. So Scott's still going to be taking 3 here. Scott discards to reroll, and it was his last card in hand, so not going to be able to resolve any of those dice right now. But he's going to be taking 3, putting him at 9. The good thing is, though, Scott's going to be able to claim. So Scott's still in lead here of action economy. But Nick chipping this game away and slowly clawing his way back into it.
Balatik.
Yeah. Balatik doing some work.
Guns. He's got a baton, he's got a rocket launcher, and a hold-up blaster. I saw that in the movie, didn't you?
I did. Balatik just had weapons strapped
Was that
to him
the
everywhere.
director's cut?
It was. So, end around, going to the next round, everybody drawing back up. And now it comes down to, can Scott roll in enough damage here to take out Bala before Bala can do 3 damage?
Wow. He's going to have to roll like a champ.
Yep.
You
And it comes down, does Scott have any dice removal left? Because if he has no way to interact with what Nick has out, Nick probably has ways. He hasn't drawn any of it. We haven't seen any dice mitigation, so... Ooh. Here comes... This is basically the roll here.
Here comes the pressure.
Does he have the ability... Can he roll in here and do enough? He can. He has a 3-for-1, so that's... Scott has to take out that dice right now.
Wow. I think he's both of his field medics too. So.
Yeah. He might have a field medic left. So
he used one on
he did use both
earlier. Yeah.
So he's Nick rerolling the Riot Baton into a blank. So now this is on Scott. What can Scott here do? Otherwise, that's game.
Yeah.
And man. Scott. Well fought game. Nick pulling one out there.
No thermal detonators.
No thermal.
Not game 1 or game 2.
Does he have any?
Yeah, he did. I saw.
Did you see one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's at the bottom.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Man. So, shocker, another Rainbow Nines.
Rainbow Nines,
So we
yeah.
have 3 Rainbow Nines in the top 4 right now.
Wow.
And we're waiting on one more game to finish.
That's just crazy.
So, good game right there. Close. Like, that swung back and forth. There were a couple points where, if decisions had made differently, it could have completely swung in a different direction.
Yeah, definitely.
But, so that's this. We'll be back.
It's probably about
back with the
30,
next
30
round.
40 minutes.
Yeah. We'll be back with the top 4 match. Have a feeling we're going to see a Rainbow Nines deck.
You think so?
I think so. I think
We'll
with
see.
100% certainty.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.